You're locked into Faith Under the Lights with Zach and Nolan, the podcast where faith and sports collide. We will spotlight athletes who are unashamed of the gospel and living boldly for Christ both on and off the field. Don't forget to like, follow, and share this podcast with others who need to hear these powerful testimonies. Faith Under the Lights. Let's get started.
Hey, welcome back to Faith Under the Lights. I got my boy Zach here. Finally got him back in the mix, in the saddle for another episode. We're just going to do just a little quick pick me up right here and just kind of go over some current events that have been happening, and talk about some things that we got coming up. But right now we got LSU Baseball on the TV.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah, hometown kid, Jacob Myers from Santa Monica, Louisiana. On the bump right now. LSU's up 12-0. What are you looking forward to as far as LSU baseball is concerned, since we're already talking about it?
I'm fired up about this season, man. I think, I don't want to say shades of 23, national championship team. I don't think we have a generational pitcher. I don't know if we have a generational hitter or anything like that, with Cruz and Skeens. But, what I do think we have is I do think we have a full lineup, top to bottom.
Amen.
Man, I'm fired. We got some arms. We got some lefties. Nothing against, Captain Maneri, man. He brought us a natty, bro, but I'll never forgive him for the year we did not have one left-handed pitcher on the entire pitching rotation. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Even in high school, I think you always got a lefty.
Yeah, somebody's got a lefty somewhere.
But, man, good bats top to bottom.
Yeah.
Top to bottom of the lineup, great arms, live arms, a lot of draft picks on this, a lot of potential high draft picks on this team, a lot of speed. And not only the draft picks, man, we got some great we had the number one recruiting class in high school and the number one portal class. So, man, big hats off to Coach Johnson, man. That dude he's doing the work.
He is working, man. I think last year, coming up short after having that big run the year before, and then last year coming up short, I don't think he wants to taste that again.
I think the best competitor is the one that hates losing more than he loves winning.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's where he's at, man. That guy hates losing. Me and you went back and forth for years on Facebook over Coach Maneri.
I got a soft spot in my heart for old Paul, man.
I love Coach Maneri. Funny story, he almost ran over my wife on a golf court. And we were tailgated for Alabama game. We were walking past the box.
Yeah.
And, the little sidewalk right there?
Yeah.
The box?
Yeah.
And we were walking back to the car because can't nobody afford $500 Alabama tickets.
Right.
We were walking back to the car to come home and watch the game. And this old guy on the golf court just swung that thing right into the sidewalk and almost hit my wife. I had to pull her back, and he was like, I'm sorry. And he kept going. And my wife, who is a bigger LSU fan than I am, said, "That was Paul Maneri?"
Yeah.
I was like, well, if I'd have known that, I'd have pushed you in front of the car. But no, man, he was a phenomenal coach. We did have a lot of fun for a long time, going back and forth over, Les Maneri and all the allegations that were out there, man. He was a great coach.
Les Miles was another one that I loved a lot.
We're spoiled, dude.
Stick Myers goes the minimum right there, 3 up, 3 down. Looked pretty good.
Think about how spoiled of a fan base we are in LSU baseball.
Yeah.
We've had 3 coaches since Skip Bertman started. We've had 3 coaches since the 80s, dude.
Yeah.
3 coaches.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Smoke. Well, you had Smoke Laval. Yeah.
4 coaches since the 80s. That doesn't happen unless you're Mike Martin and you coach there since the inception of baseball.
Yeah.
What is he there, like 93 years? You like the Joe Paterno of baseball?
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to this season. I think and we need this, man. We've been struggling outside of women's basketball and gymnastics, bro. It's kind of been disappointing.
What do you think? You think it's over with?
Men's basketball?
For coach.
I don't think it's over with just because I think
what he inherited, maybe.
Probably so. I think they're going to give him a little grace there.
Also, money's
got a lot to do with it. And I still think he can turn it around.
He's proven he's a good coach.
Yeah, so I'm okay with
maybe just missed. A
little bit of
people pick on BK, man. Coach Kelly. His first year in the portal, man, he just hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second year he just missed. Yeah. He went after some high guys, and I was kind of excited about men's basketball coming in. They had some pretty good prospects coming in.
Yeah.
But then when you watch them, man. Watch.
It seems like they the other night I was watching the game and they were up for a little bit against Arkansas, and it was halftime, and I kept telling myself, turn this game off, turn it off, because it's about to get bad, and it did, and it's just
the Ole Miss loss is the one that broke the back.
Yeah,
I mean, 13 unanswered points in the final couple minutes when you had a double-digit lead. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's so hard. It's not a basketball.
I'm not a basketball guru either.
No, I'm not a savant when it comes to calling defenses. I don't even know what a zone is, to be honest with you. But
I've learned that this year.
I'm not I don't really know all that. But what I do know is, man, it feels like every offensive play is just isolation.
Yeah.
Throw it up.
Yeah.
I'd just love to see somebody moving in the backcourt, some picks getting set, maybe one or two more passes before we just. Steph Curry has ruined basketball. Everybody thinks they're Steph Curry.
I know.
You know who won the last couple MVPs? Jokic.
Yeah.
Do what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice piece right there. Speaking about basketball, actually, let's veer back to baseball a little bit.
We don't want to get off into basketball.
Yeah, my hometown team over here, French Settlement Lions, notched a big win in baseball last night, beating the Santa Maria Gators 7-6, and that's we're a little small country school, and Santa Maria's got they've made a name for themselves in the highest level of baseball out here. And they're a baseball school. Where they're really a softball school, but before they were a softball school, they were a baseball school, and so it's good for those guys. They've had
who's that one that had Reed Brignac?
Yeah, Reed Brignac's another one. They got another kid that's with the Twins, or he got drafted by the Twins, and I can't think of his name to save my life. Right, Inlow.
Oh. Yeah.
And so he's coming off of Tommy John, but they've had a lot of good baseball players come through there, and they've put a lot of state championship posters on the wall.
Well, doesn't Settlement have Civic? Didn't Civic go to Settlement?
Yeah, so we got former LSU catcher Cade Civic,
one of the best.
Yeah, and so you ought to see what I love about him. If he's got to throw a ball into the catcher, if the umpire's out of, bro, he's throwing
gas.
Yeah, I mean the catcher is like, golly, coach, and he don't miss, man. He don't miss. So but I think French Settlement's got a pretty good team this year. They got a shot to make some noise. And last year they were in the semifinals, I believe. And so we'll see. We got Mason Hill, who's a pretty darn good pitcher and is going to play at the next level. Got a few juniors, a lot of young guys that should make some noise this year. So we'll see what happens with that. Stay on the French Settlement thing. And I know y'all probably don't really care about this, but I do. So it's our podcast. Here we go. The girls are playing for the district championship tonight, and in basketball, and they're I feel like they're a year away because they're very young, dealing with a ton of injuries, and they're still ranked in the top 5 in the state.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they got a girl named Stella Allison, and you will see her playing college basketball. Her dream is to play for LSU. So Kim Mulkey, if you happen to be listening,
long shot.
There's a redheaded chick that plays for French Settlement, and she is a dog. You need to go ahead and check her out. But if you want to catch up on French Settlement athletics, LSPN, I'm gonna drop the link in the comments. I happen to do the play-by-play commentary for the basketball games. That's why I said I learned a lot about basketball this year.
Had to.
Boston Balfonts has done a great job of mentoring me in that, and I've had a lot of fun. So I'll drop a link in there, and you can check our live streams out. They're pretty cool, pretty fun. And I don't know if you'll see another high school that has a better program. Santa Maria's got a good one on Duck Roost, but we do a pretty good job on LSPN. So
that's awesome, man. That's great for them kids.
Yeah. What kind of jersey you got on, man?
Well, it's funny you should ask.
Yeah.
For y'all who are just now meeting me because of this podcast, Nolan can tell you I'm a world-class troll. I'm one of the worst there is.
Yeah.
Right? So, the year's 2001, right? There's a team from St. Louis known as the greatest show on turf.
Yep.
Remember this team, right?
I do.
Kurt
Warner.
Isaac Bruce.
Torrey Holt.
Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, Marshall.
Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember all the people. Aeneas Williams.
Well, I know they had London Fletcher on defense.
London Fletcher.
He was just an animal. Yeah.
Greatest show on turf, man. And I'm sitting in our little shack that we lived in Southwest Louisiana with the only cable channel I think we had. The Super Bowl was on. And started watching this game, and you know what was – I was excited to see the Rams, which I didn't like them.
Yeah.
But I was excited for it because, you know, back then they were in the Saints division.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't like them because of that, but, man, they were fun to watch. Dude.
No doubt.
Greatest show on turf, man.
Yeah, because back then, teams weren't putting up points like they were putting up points.
Dude, they were skull-dragging.
Yeah. Yeah, you went through a time where, you know, teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears are making, maybe not the Chicago Bears, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, heavily defensive heavy teams were winning.
The Ravens is a great.
Yeah, the Ravens is another good one. And then they come along, and you hadn't seen that kind of air attack since Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, right?
It was something to see.
Yeah.
It was. It was fun to watch. Mm-hmm. But they got a little cocky, man. They got a little arrogant.
I can't believe we're going to go all the way back from 2001.
Well, this is when my story started. All right. This is when my story started.
I got you.
They all came out individually. And I remembered that. And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because you remember something else wild happened in the year 2001, September 11th.
Yep.
So just a couple months later, we're playing the Super Bowl. And I watched the most unlikable team in the history of the NFL. I think before 2001, the Patriots were the most unlikable team in the entire league.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Or just most irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, dude, nobody picked the Patriots on Madden, Tecmo Bowl.
Never.
Bo Jackson football. Nobody wanted to be the Patriots.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think their quarterback when it was Tecmo Super Bowl was Hugh Millen. You ever heard of that guy?
I'm a Patriots fan, and no. Right?
Yeah.
Out on the field comes these New England Patriots. Arms locked, dude. They walked out there as one team under the American flag.
Yeah.
And I said, man, that's what I'm talking about. And there was a man, wore this number right here. You can see it around my gut. This jersey used not be that tight.
Yeah. It happens.
He stepped out there, and I had no idea on that Super Bowl game in 2000, well, it was 2002 when they finally played the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I had no clue that he was going to be the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. Right? But I was like, I like that guy, and I'm going to stick with this guy.
Yeah.
And for 22 years, he took me on a journey, dude. We went to 10 Super Bowls together, won 7 of them.
Eli Manning
made a deal with the devil. Because the pass to Manningham and the pass to Tyree, Eli Manning never did that for another 15 years, dude. Right? Made a deal with the devil, stole the goal from the man, and then Nick Foles just happened to be he just showed up that day.
He did.
He caught the ball, Tom didn't, right? But Tom Brady, this is the GOAT's jersey. This is the all-time GOAT's jersey. And the reason why I'm wearing this is because I've been hearing a lot of slack for the last month about how Patrick Mahomes, one of my friends said it like this, it's time to have a conversation. There's no time to have a conversation.
Yeah.
As great as old Patty Mahomes is, and he is great, man, we're not going to bash nobody on this podcast, man. But no matter, as great as he is, Brady smoked him twice, head up, in big games. One Super Bowl, one AFC championship, smoked him twice.
Yeah.
And the way that he performed in this one is inexcusable.
Yeah.
And it's not all him.
No.
He ain't had much protection. He had some Eagles coming for his head.
Yeah, that defense was ramped up.
I mean, they were fired up.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm not here to bash Patrick Mahomes. I'm just here to say the conversation's put to rest.
Yeah, it never should have gotten started.
People are, what do they say, prisoner of the moment, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've never seen something. Yeah. Yes, you have.
Oh yeah,
we have seen some
twice. I mean, he's done it double the amount of time.
Thank you. We have seen some people do some things that he's doing.
Yeah,
and better and more efficiently and with more wins.
Right.
So hey man, I think it was a fun NFL year. You know, I think, maybe a controversial take. I think Josh Allen earned the award they gave to him. I know a lot of people are knocking that, but I think you take that dude off that team, that's a 3-15 team right there, man. Yeah. That dude, or 14, whatever it is, he's a real deal.
I love in his acceptance speech. I don't know if you saw that. He included everybody that worked in that building at the Buffalo Bills. And he even mentioned, I think it was the equipment manager. It might have actually been the janitor. It was either the janitor or the equipment. He mentioned his name in his acceptance speech. And then they went back later on, they interviewed that guy. And he said, man, I just started crying when he said that.
Yeah.
Just,
how big a deal is that guy?
Yeah, because to know, I mean, the guy that's at the top of the chain in the NFL, he's getting the award for the most valuable player, and he knows your name.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty awesome. So
so great. I think it was a great year. Big year for LSU fans once again.
No doubt.
Watch Malik Neighbors, watch Brian Thomas, and we had another rookie of the year.
Imagine that.
I mean, we just putting them out left and right, man. Another rookie of the year come out of LSU, wide receiver, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just
and you still got Jefferson, you still got Chase, you still got Burrow. Just the talent,
the spoil of riches.
Yeah.
You know what's even cooler than that, dude? The four we were naming: Chase, Jefferson, Neighbors, Thomas, all from Louisiana.
Yeah.
All grew up within 150 miles of each other.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The product in South Louisiana and North Louisiana, but Louisiana as a whole is off the rails, off the charts. So great years, LSU fans, to watch what those kids did, because they're still kids to us, right?
Yeah.
Watch what those guys did to in the league, man, and they're representing. I think Jayden had one of the best rookie seasons that's ever been had. Almost pulled it off, man. He just ran into a buzzsaw.
Man, he looks like he's been doing it for 20 years. And he's just so cool. And just the way that he represents Christ after every game when they put a microphone in his face.
That was, and I don't know, I don't know if it's my algorithm now, but dude.
That's all you see.
Oh it's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
That is, dude, it is everywhere. They went around the Super Bowl and interviewed so many players, and how many of them said something about Jesus. Was being asked about their faith.
Yeah.
They were publicly proclaiming their faith and what it's taken them to.
It's catching on. It's the company Jesus One, they did a big thing. It started with, I think, Ohio State, and how that just kind of caught fire.
Yeah, because they sponsor Travian Henderson.
Yeah, and so it's everywhere now, and people are. It's crazy to say it. Like it seems like it's cool to do it, but there's a lot of meaning behind what you're seeing. You saw Sirianni after the game, and before he said anything about football, he talked about Jesus.
Yep.
What's I got blank out. What's the quarterback's name?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. He did the same thing. Listening to Jalen Hurts talk, yeah, man, and just
that guy's so humble, man.
Yeah, I love it, and
he does. He's not. He has confidence. He's not cocky. He has confidence, and that's why those guys love Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
man. Those guys run through a wall for Jalen.
And he never gets too high. He never gets too low. You can almost never tell like what state of mind he's in, because he's always even keeled.
You know why? Because I don't think football defines who he is. Amen. I think that's why he's good with it.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna lose some. That ain't who I am.
Yep.
He's just going to be a leader of men.
Yep.
And the biggest thing in the Super Bowl for me, outside of, the Eagles winning, because that was a big deal. I was excited about that. Outside of the Eagles winning was the hometown kid with the deep touchdown catch, man.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith grew up an hour away from here. I watched him. So the first time I ever got to see him was in high school. I don't know if you ever saw him in high school.
I never did see him in high school, but I know he was probably just a savage.
I didn't know he was a big deal. Right, and he played for Amite High, and they went to Iowa, my hometown, for the second or third round of the playoffs. And I was like, I'm going. I was just having to be in town. I was like, I'm going to watch the football game. So we watched them. Amite jumped out 21-0, dude. Like, I was like, all right, 10-4. Here's same old routine. Iowa gets blown out in the playoffs, Well, man, next thing you know, because that same year we also beat Travis Etienne and Jennings.
Was Sam on that Iowa team?
Andre Sam?
The
Andre
guy?
Sam.
Is that what?
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Andre Sam. I'm going to talk about him for just a second.
Okay, my bad.
But he might have been. He would have been an underclassman. He was on that team. But yeah, he probably was. He's probably a freshman or a sophomore at the same time. Because I think he's like he played like 6 years of college football. So yeah, there's a good chance he was on that team.
Okay.
But man, I watched that Iowa defense bow that neck. It was down 21-0, and then next thing you know, it's 21-21 going in the fourth quarter. Get down to about 2 minutes left in the game, and they have completely stonewalled Amite. And I didn't see Devontae Smith do anything. I still didn't even know he was a prospect. I didn't know who this guy was. Dude, they threw a bubble screen For y'all that don't know, that means the wide receiver just steps back behind the line, and the other on a trips formation or something, and the other two linemen, wide receivers or a tight end goes out and blocks for him.
Yeah.
But they threw that bubble screen to that kid. I want to say in 0.3 seconds, that dude went 80 yards. I've never seen a human being run that fast. It was like everybody else was just standing there watching him.
Can't coach speed.
So when you saw that, I was like, oh, okay. And then I found out who he was. And then we got to watch him as much as it hurts, dude. He went to Bama, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we love you, dude. We're so proud of you. Not happy about that. I'm sure you are. Whatever.
Glad you're not there anymore.
Very happy you're not there anymore because you did some bad things to us, you know, but
that was unfair what happened when he got that touchdown against us.
Yeah, man, they duked on Stingley, man.
They did.
Do it right. Line up again and do it right. But, you know, to get to see him win, you know, his freshman year, take, you know, against Georgia, you know, when they put Tua in, that was Devontae Smith that they dropped that bomb to, you know, on the last play of the game to take it from Georgia, man. He's had huge moments in his career. So from Louisiana, man, very proud of you, very happy for you. And then you mentioned him.
Well, before you get on that, just to kind of close out Smith, two things. His trophy case is stupid.
Heisman Trophy.
Heisman, 2 national champions.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Just to show how hard it is to win a state title in Louisiana, he doesn't have one of those.
And that was the other thing. On the very field that he won the Super Bowl on, he lost the state championship. And there's a picture of him, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, where he's just sitting on the ground and you can see he's just demoralized.
Yeah.
And that redemption that came.
Dude, it's hard to win a state championship in Louisiana.
Yeah.
There's NFL products all over this state.
Yeah, no doubt.
But a big moment for Iowa, Louisiana. We've never had a person. This might sound bad for some of you. We've never had a person on an NFL roster.
On an NFL roster, period.
Ever in the history of our school. We've never had a person on NFL. We've had people on the practice squad, but never make the roster.
Okay.
So this year, a kid named Andre Sam, who, great story, man. Hopefully one day we can get him on here. I got some connections with his family. And hopefully we can get him on here one day, man. He's had his story is amazing.
Awesome.
You know, he has a speech impediment. He stutters pretty bad. He's had some other issues go on in his life. I know his family, you know, didn't come up wealthy at all. That'd be an understatement, right? And to see him now, man, watch him all his hard work, his grind. You know, he played at McNeese, then he transferred to Marshall. Played at Marshall, and then he finished up at LSU. So he was also the first kid in the history of our school to start at LSU.
Wow.
So, you know, he's made a lot of firsts. And now, in his rookie year, he gets activated off the practice squad. Didn't win undrafted.
Man.
Gets activated off the practice squad for the Eagles. I think he played a little special teams for him.
Yeah.
And got him a Super Bowl ring, man. So, hey, bring the ring home to Iowa. Proud of you, man. It's awesome. It's an awesome time. Awesome time for sports, man.
Well, that's good, man. You know, couple things, you know, that we got coming up. Just earlier today, we did a interview with Mason Torres, who is a linebacker that plays in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He is committed to go play college football, and so we did an interview with him, which should be out this Thursday coming up. And then we got Mason LeBlanc lined up to do him on Sunday, who is Ascension Christian, baseball player.
Yeah,
got a pretty decent story, and you know, he's committed to go play college baseball at BRCC. Yeah. And so we're looking forward to that. If you hadn't looked at the playbook series that we're doing, man, I'm super excited about that. That is something that I'm getting a lot of joy out of doing, learning a lot, and I think it's good. You know, if you're looking for a Bible study and you're looking at it from just some two to three guys that. I mean, we ain't nobody, bro.
Just an electrician.
That's it. And so we're just getting into the word and dissecting it, and how can you apply it to your life, and what does it mean to you, and so we got it in a playlist on our YouTube channel, and just look for the playbook. We got Matthew chapters 1 through 5. We completed 5 today, so that'll be out on Sunday. So every Sunday we'll release those. But things are looking up, man. Look, like Zach said earlier, we're looking for sponsorships. If you feel led to jump on and just kind of help support the cause, This stuff isn't cheap. It takes some funds to run this.
Broke, man.
Yeah, and we're just trying to get the message out there, man. We're looking for athletes that are unashamed of the gospel and they're living it on and off the field, on and off the court. And so we want to spread that out and get to them. So
any comment, like, share, man. We're not trying to get popular.
No,
But what we do want to do is give people opportunity, like you said. And any comment, man, you just increase opportunity to do that. So if you can't give or anything like that, you can help that way.
Amen.
You know, we share stupid memes all day. You know, let's share the gospel across Facebook. Let's flood it, man.
That's it. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, there's a subscribe button down there. There's a little bell that you can click that'll remind you whenever we put something new out. And when it comes out, just like it, comment on it, give us a rating if you're listening to it on the podcast, on the audio versions. All those things help us out. Now, if you don't like it, don't say anything. Just skip it and pass on by. So, any other thoughts?
Those are usually the people that got it. They're going to comment. That's okay.
They can comment.
What they don't know is those comments bless us.
Yeah, no doubt.
Allows us to, to get out there and bigger.
And since we're talking about comment, there are things. Look. We're human. We're going to mess up. We're going to say some stuff, and it's going to happen on that Playbook podcast. We talked about this. If we say something and you feel like we're stepping over the line and we're not saying the right thing, whatever, just talk to us. Let us know. We're human. We know we mess up. I ain't too proud. So
I'm a troll. I'm wearing a Brady jersey after Mahomes loses.
Yeah,
my mom for some reason became a Mahomes fan.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know. She didn't talk to me till Wednesday.
Really?
Because she knew
it was coming. Yeah.
My own mother screened my calls, man.
Dang.
I got to repent, dude.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, all right. Well, LSU season's kicked off. Baseball, they're up by 2 touchdowns right now.
They need to repent for what they're doing to Purdue Fort Wayne.
Yeah, so looking for a pretty good season out of those boys. Yep. Hopefully we make it back to Omaha. The box got a new look. I don't know if you noticed, but they took them bullpens out. Yeah, and it looks pretty cool. Got some swanky seating on the side. You got to have some dollar bills to get into those seats. So
high dollar, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody got to pay for that NIL.
No doubt. So, all right, man. Well, look, thanks for tuning in. It's just a little short, update episode that we got, Faith Under the Lights. Look out for our interview with Mason Torres coming up pretty soon. Y'all have a good one.
God bless.